Hello everybody, happy Tuesday, and I thought I'd go for a little bit of a different backdrop, a different perspective of the room where I store most of my shirts, a little bit more colourful, back to the old style that I used to do in my previous place. This week I have two shirts that are going to be coming from the same place, the same person that helped me out, but two different clubs, two different countries, but partnered with one common ground in that they are very special, limited shirts, and I think they should be very beautiful when I see them in person. These shirts here are the ones that I need to open, and it's going to be coming from this DHL box. So, it's quite a decent sized box. There's a bit of noise going on there, so I'm going to open it up. I don't know if I'm going to need some scissors actually, maybe. If I grab these big boy ones and try not to destroy too much. These are shirts that I've had for a little bit, but it's taken a while for them to arrive because there was some stuff going on with a club that sold one of them. So we took our time, but you know, good things come to those who wait and all that. I hope they're going to be great. I've seen a little bit of photography suggesting they probably are. Alright, this is not how it should work. Okay then, so for the benefit of the, that's how it came, so we've got two in there. I'm going to grab this one first, because it's the one that's making the most amount of noise. So if you set this one down here, and we'll come back to that one on Friday. This one comes with a piece of paper attached. Don't need to worry about that. And let's just put the lid back on. There we go. So, we have a tin. It's a tinned football shirt. Not something that you see floating around too often. I'm trying to think. I'm sure I've seen another shirt that comes in a tin, like a cookie tin. My friend who helps grab these was saying it's like a cookie tin you see on sort of grandma's worktop. And you'll probably be able to tell who it is by the wording on the front. So I'm looking at the design, and it's got this pretty nice design, which I presume is definitely associated with the club. And of course, you have the club logo on the top. So if you crack the tin open, and we pull out the shirt, very good. Nothing else in the tin. So obviously, I'll be able to just sit that up here when it comes to storage. Let's have a look at the shirt in person though. We have the tags. Let's start with the rear of the shirt. Here we go. So, depending on how the lighting works, I may have to adjust for the next video. It is this black colour, but you've got these very shiny, almost like vinyl style sponsors going on. And there is, and there should be, some detailing of a specific structure of which this shirt was released in tribute for. On the back, you also have some Italian, which is effectively what the shirt is called. It's the Il 2060D, obviously with more of an Italian accent. And then on the collar and the cuffs, you have the sort of more typical colours of the club, should we see. Now, if you bring it around to the front, there we go. So it's a continuation of that style of shirt with the grey-black colours with this very shiny sponsoring. Also, you have a sort of blacked-out crest, similar for the manufacturer. This also comes with the Serie A patch. I must admit, I was probably expecting this to come in a similar styling to this. I probably would have thought that would have been a better way of applying it. Maybe they just didn't have the facilities to do it, but I think that would probably added a little bit more to the finish because that really does stand out. I think on this sleeve there also is another sponsor which is using the same sort of vinyl application. Obviously you have the yellow and blue also on the collar. Now this should have a number associated with it somewhere because it is a limited shirt. It's one of those ones where if you shine it in the correct way, you'll see it. It says 60th anniversary. Maybe it's on this side where the number is. Pretty sure I saw it on the images somewhere. Maybe I'm just Yeah, maybe I'll look for that, and then I'll come back to you in the second half and tell you what it is. Righto then. So hopefully I'm in the shot, and hopefully the shirt is also in the shot. I was able to figure out eventually what numbering was. It actually is in that sort of holographic bond, but it's one of those ones where if you tilt it one way, it says one thing. Tilt it another way, it says something else. But you can't make out what it says, or at least I couldn't with the conditions of lighting here. But who is the club? I reckon most of you are already there. It is Hellas Verona, the Italian team. Yes, you probably got it from the crest on the tin. So this is the Benti 60D shirt, which is effectively 60 years celebrating the stadium which the club plays at. It's a really nice stadium, actually. It's very Italian, as you would expect when you see the photographs. And they released this shirt just to celebrate it. It encompasses colours that the club's worn over the years, and obviously their primary main ones there. The design of the shirt includes various features of the stadium, which are sort of screen printed into the material. So I bought directly from the club store, but as you can see, it didn't come directly to me, and that's because the club wouldn't ship to England. So I had to tag on to my friend who was already receiving another shirt and said, hey, would it be possible to also get something from Italy sent to you? Because he lives in Germany. And because he's such an amazing guy, he was like, yeah, sure, don't worry about it. Just do what you need to do, and then yeah, we'll just tag it onto the parcel. So massive thank you to my friend. Without him, I wouldn't be able to have so many amazing shirts that have come from Germany and also from certain parts of the other worlds. Yeah, so always great for that assistance. So this one actually cost me more than I remembered. It was actually 119 euros. That did include the patch, but yeah, so it was about 110 euros, 100 pounds. Don't remember it being that much, but obviously I must have paid that much money. So the club comes from city of Verona, and they go all the way back to 1903. Roots going back, though they've had a few name changes, mergers, the usual sort of stuff. They currently play in Serie A, top division. Season's almost finished, and they're about 15th, so they're flirting with relegation. They're trying to stay up. Last season, they only managed to stay up through the playoff system. So last few seasons, they've been struggling, but if they stay up, I suppose that's the key part. They do have some pedigree. They have actually won a league title. You've got to go back to 84, 85 for that. But, it's part of history, and they're one of, a decent handful of clubs to say that is the case. So it's a Joma manufactured shirt. No problems with that. I like a Joma shirt, and it actually is limited, as I've already alluded to, and this time it's 787 pieces. Usually you might be thinking it's going to be 1903, it's the year of founding. But the reason why they've done it to that is because that is the total number of players that have played for the club at the stadium from its inception. I think it was up until 2023. I think it included all competitions, 787. And mine, I think, is 268. Not 100% certain, but that's the number that I was getting when I was trying to read it. I love that approach. That's a great way of doing it. And it's a decent number where it's not so low, but it's also not so high, so it still has some level of limited availability. So as I said, the pattern of the shirt features just detailing that you would expect. Obviously, I don't really know much about the stadium, but it looks very Italian when you see the images. So this was actually worn in a game, which is great to see, and it was against Lazio, which they drew 1-1, which, considering the season's probably not been super amazing, that's probably a decent result. So yeah, it was nice to see that one on the pitch. Now, I already do have a Hellas Verona shirt. You can pick them up relatively comfortably. At least there was a period. I've actually got it hung up over here, and it's this one. It's the 14-15 home shirt, which it's not the most amazing design. It's mainly navy with the yellow, and then you've got a decent collar. It's a Nike one. You've got a little bit of Italian on the back or the neck. But to be honest, I'm probably prefer to have this one, not just because it's limited, just because I like the fact that it's got this interesting sort of vinyl almost sponsors on. You've got the black top thing, and then it contrasts so amazingly with the colour there. Different colour scheme. You've got a navy against a blue and a yellow against what's more of an amber. But yeah, it's really cool. And I presume, obviously, they have changed logos over the years, just simplifying it. But yeah, so that's a replacement shirt there. There's not really much else to say, really. It's just a really nice shirt. Really, really cool. And yeah, it comes with a tin, which is, again, something you don't see floating around too often. So big thank you to my friend, but I'll be saying thank you once again because on Friday I have possibly one of the best shirts released for this season because of the story associated with it, ignoring everything else. So tune in for that one. Hope you have a great week ahead. Thank you as always for watching my videos. Goodbye.